And we are live from the campus of Tuskegee University in the heart of Tuskegee, Alabama, the number 138 HBCU in the nation. And we are live from the softball complex here on this beautiful campus. As you take a look inside the facility where softball action takes place this afternoon, it'll be the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee hosting the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill College in SIAC action. This afternoon's ball game is the rubber match between these teams. They split on yesterday with Spring Hill winning the first one and Tuskegee coming from behind to win the second contest on yesterday. So today's ball game, not only significance as it relates to this series between these teams, but the winner of this ball game this afternoon claims first place in the west of the SIAC. And with the crossover just a few weeks ago, we'll be able to ride that position right into the SIAC softball tournament. If the winner is able, whichever winner takes this ball game this afternoon will be in better position as the tournament takes place in early March or early May for the SIAC. Glad you could join us here from the softball complex. Charles Ward and the Golden Tiger Sport Network production team here as we get set for this rubber match between the Golden Tigers and the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Tuskegee this afternoon will send up the freshman Monica Rose back on the mound. She pitched in the first ball game yesterday, came up short in that contest, but she'll be starting in the circle for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, we'll see Emma Curry, the junior, for the second time in this series. Curry won the first ball game yesterday, so that matchup is one we'll be keeping an eye on as they get things started from the circle. Take a break here. More action just ahead on GTSN.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Coca-Cola. Real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant. We're all about good vibes.
Your mama.
And we're live here at the softball complex at Tuskegee University. Coach, just before game time, split with the Badgers on yesterday, won that second ball game. What's it going to take to win the series in the rubber match this afternoon?
Just limited errors, and we got to hit the ball. Limited errors and hit the ball. That's what it's going to take.
Short spoken, but Coach Randall right on target. We'll see if they're able to do it. More action just ahead here on GTSN.
For five-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
And we are back live here inside the softball complex at Tuskegee University. A rubber match between the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And the Badgers of Spring Hill, obviously on the road, they will be batting first. They'll send up Rika Hinton, the center fielder. We'll get to their starting lineup and the batting rotation for them after this first pitch from Monica Rose, the freshman. And Rose, on that first delivery, misses up top. So Hinton ahead in the count, 1-0. It'll be Hinton, Asha Carter, then Mackenzie King up to the plate for head coach Hannah Fillmore. As Hinton fouls one off to the right side, and we're even at 1-1 in the count now. And underway here at the softball complex, Tuskegee hosting the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, day 2 of action between these teams. Doubleheader on yesterday. This is the rubber match here on a Sunday afternoon. Pitch from Rose. That one finds the inside corner against Hinton. And the count goes to 1-2. Hinton on yesterday, 7 plate appearances, 3 hits for the Lady Badgers, scored 3 runs, had 2 RBI, and that came on a home run by her in that ball game, the first one, as Spring Hill won that one 8-1, and she also had 3 stolen bases in yesterday's play. Right now, count even at 2-2, and the freshman Monica Rose sets and delivers on the 3-2. That one's looped out in the left field, but in track, and the catch made out there by Shauna McNair for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So 1 down here in the first after the fly out to left field by Hinton. So Carter comes to the plate now. Asha Carter plays right field. Hinton in center field. Carter in right. Mackenzie King will bat third, and she will play second base for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. First pitch delivered by Rose is right down the middle for a strike. Carter on yesterday scored 1 run and 1 RBI with 8 plate appearances, as Rose fires a second pitch, and that one's just off the plate. And the count even at 1-1. Glad you could join us for our coverage here on GTSN. Golden Tigers softball. And that pitch called a strike by Sam Kelly, calling the balls and strikes from behind the plate. Good umpiring crew for this ball game this afternoon. Sam Kelly will be doing the balls and strikes, and outfield level fouled back on that pitch. James Walden doing the calling on the bases in this softball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carter. Rose ahead in the count. This pitch fouled off left side by Carter to stay alive. Count remains at 1-2. Gorgeous day here in Tuskegee. Just taking a look around, can't find a cloud in the sky. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Carter. So good job there by Monica Rose. She records her first strikeout of the contest as Carter is retired. And that'll bring up Mackenzie King. King, 1 stolen base in play on yesterday, came to the plate 7 times over the course of the doubleheader. 1 hit for her in that ball game, in those 2 games. King, a junior from Mobile, Alabama, batting .293 coming into this weekend's play. 2 down, top of the first. Rose ahead in the count. There's a pop-up there. This one just behind us as Kelly Rodon. Dan gives a look at it right there at the fence line, but it's too tight and Kelly can't pull it in. So the count will be 0-2, and back to the plate is Mackenzie King. Rodan, the senior from Hawaii. The senior trying to run that one down at the fence line. This one's popped up on the infield right to the shortstop. Jessica Morales barely had to move, and she will squeeze that for out number 3. So Rose, the freshman pitcher, goes 3 up and 3 down against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Bottom of the first. Tuskegee coming to the plate. Stay with us on GTSN.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Hello, Tuskegee fans. My name is Pamela Perkins, head volleyball coach. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. T-U. You know.
And to the bottom of the first inning we go. Tuskegee on defense, retiring the Lady Badgers 3 up, 3 down. Let's go to the bottom of the first now for Tuskegee. First batting opportunity. They'll send up Shauna McNair. McNair out in the left field. She'll bat first, followed by Allerin Beckley. Beckley out in the right field. She'll bat second. And Jessica Morales at short. She will bat third. And on the mound for the Lady Badgers is Emma Curry, the junior. Curry pitched in yesterday's first ball game in the doubleheader. Got the win for the Lady Badgers. Curry, with that win, took her mark to 6-3 on the season. And that pitch is delivered in there for a strike on McNair. So Shauna now steps back in for Tuskegee, facing a 1-1 count. Shauna at the plate yesterday, 5 appearances, had that 1 base hit, stole a base, and had that 1 error in the outfield. Tries to bunt away on, got it to the mound. Curry fires a dart down to first base, and they retire McNair on the attempted bunt just in front of the circle. So the right fielder now, Allerin Beckley, the junior from Mississippi, steps in. .313 batting average for Beckley as she steps in. In yesterday's play for Tuskegee, Beckley 1 base on balls and had 1 RBI for Tuskegee in 2 games of play. Takes a first look at that pitch from Curry, and Curry finds the corner with a strike called on Beckley. Team split yesterday. Tuskegee winning the second ball game, coming back from behind to win it 5-3. Spring Hill won the first one 8-1. And the winner of this ball game gets declared outright first place in terms of the West of the SIAC. 1-1 now as Beckley steps in, or sets back into that left batter's box. Took a pitch there from Curry off the plate, and count goes to 2-1. Breezy day here in Tuskegee, wind going right to left, from right field to left here from our vantage point. As Curry fires a 2-1. This one's chopped on down the line and foul just wide of first base. So Beckley back to the batter's box. Curry yesterday, 7 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits and 1 run and 1 error in that first win for the Lady Badgers. This one swatted on and fouled back to the left by Beckley. And we'll reset it. Count remains 2-2, 1 down here, bottom of the first. Both ball games yesterday, the scoring didn't occur until late in the contest. First ball game, Spring Hill got their runs in the 6th and 7th. And Tuskegee in the second ball game, same thing for them. Forged ahead late in that contest after Spring Hill got their first 3 in that second ball game. This one swatted towards second base, running toward the bag, but running and beating that out at first base is Beckley. The ball was hit right near McKenzie, but she had the range to her right, which was getting her closer to second base, running away from first, and that allowed Beckley to beat it out. And she's aboard for Tuskegee with the base hit. So Tuskegee trying to get something started here. Jessica Morales, the shortstop, steps in for Coach Dietrich Randall and the Golden Tigers. Beckley at first base. Morales squares, swings at a pitch, and drives this one right behind shortstop. Circling back into left field is Destiny Pierce, and she will make the grab for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, and Morales is retired. Jessica opting to jump on that first pitch and popped it up just beyond shortstop. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Alexis Thompson, for Tuskegee. Alexis, 2 of 6 batting on yesterday. Swings at the first pitch right field, trying to get it down that line. That one's out of play and just out of the reach of McKenzie, who was streaking over in foul territory, trying to give it a look to see if she could pull it in. So Thompson will reset into the batter's box. 2 down here, bottom of the first. Beckley at first base for Tuskegee. She got on a single. Thompson takes a look at that pitch, and that one's off the plate to take the count to 1-1. 2 down, bottom of the first. No score. Tuskegee, though, with Beckley at first, Thompson at the plate. 1-1 she faces. And the first team all-conference pitcher, Emma Curry, squares and fires, and this one shot out to right field. So Alexis trying to take that softball to the right. Last couple of swings been very impressive. Not been able to keep it in play, though. And the count will go to 1-2. That'll send Taylor Pittman to the mound to talk to Curry. Wouldn't be surprised if you see them start to try to Thompson. Alexis. That softball out and off the plate's been able. See if they change it. Alexis steps back in. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again, right out of play near first base. Giving it a look was Jocelyn Gordon from her first base position, but that one just out of her reach. So we reset it again at 1-2. Two down, bottom of the first. Here's a pitch. This one popped up out in the center field. Circling behind that is Rika Hinton, and Hinton makes the grab. Thompson and Tuskegee in the first inning. Tuskegee gets a base hit from Beckley, but they leave her stranded at first base. We head to the top of the second. No score here from the softball complex at Tuskegee. Tuskegee University. Look at the Golden Tigers for second inning act. Roldan behind the plate. Monica Rose for Tuskegee, left to right in. Jessica Morales at short. Carol Ross, he'll play second base, and Alexis Thompson, she'll play first base. In the outfield, from right field to left field, it's Aaron Beckley in right, Victoria Harrison in center, and Shauna McNair, she will play left field. As Bethany Aarons steps in now for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, top of the second, and Aarons takes that first pitch off the plate for ball one. Aarons in yesterday's ball game, 6 plate appearances in the 2 contests. And for her, she had a 3-run to get that separation 4. Went on to win that first one 8-1. Rose toes to rubber and pitches, swung on and missed by Aarons. Good fastball there by Monica for Tuskegee University. Rose yesterday from the mound. 7 innings pitched, gave up 7 hits. A tapper there just off the plate, and Tuskegee bench from Aarons. 1 down, top of the 4th. Rose with the pitch. This one shot out, and in the gap in between center and right field down to the base of the wall. Heading into second is Pittman. She'll be there with a stand-up double for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. So Pittman follows up the single she had in the top of the second with a double here in the top of the 4th. And she is back on the base pads again. That will bring Amanda Glowacki to the plate for the Lady Badgers. Pittman down at second. Tuskegee up 4-2. Glowacki swings at the first pitch and comes up empty after a good fastball there from Monica Rose. 1 down. Glowacki also part of that 4-hit sequence by the Lady Badgers. Down in the count here, 0-1. This one shot out to center field and in stride. That'll be Victoria Harrison. Hardly had to move, came in a couple of steps to make the grab for Tuskegee to retire Glowacki. So 2 down here now, top of the 4th, and they go back to the top of the order, the Lady Badgers do, with Rika Hinton stepping in. Hinton takes the first pitch, watches that one sail outside for ball 1. Taylor Pittman down at second for Spring Hill. And turning her hips out of there, Hinton almost hit with that pitch on the inside. Able to avoid it. 1-1. The count on her as she'll step back into the box for the Lady Badgers. 2 down, top of the 4th. And this one fouled off to the right side by Hinton. And Roldan going to take this opportunity to go out to the mound and talk to the freshman, Monica Rose. Scoreboard showing 2 balls and 1 strike. We had it here in terms of our scoring at 1 and 2. We'll check with Sam Kelly here with the call in just a moment as he gets set to reset the order here as Roldan comes in from behind, from the mound to behind the plate, and Hinton steps back in. They'll have it at 2-1 on the count. 2-1 delivery, shot out and down for a base hit. In center field, Harrison cuts it off. She'll make a strong throw back toward the center of the diamond. And crossing the plate is Pittman for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill on the hit out in the right field by Hinton to drive her in. So the Lady Badgers answer here with a run here in the top of the 4th after the base hit. And then we'll signal couple of that one as a double there by Hinton to get that run across for the Lady Badgers. So she's down at second now with 2 down. And at the plate for Spring Hill, it'll be Asha Carter. Carter retired on strikes both of her appearances here in this rubber match. And this time she's at the plate with Hinton at second base. Took the first pitch outside for ball 1. This time swings at the second and fouls it off left side. A 4-3 lead for the Golden Tigers. That pitch up and out of the zone.
There says 5. He's copying.
That one swung on and off the plate left side.
Hey, Eric.
Count at 2-2 on Carter. Hinton down at second base. And swung on and missed by Carter, so she's retired for the 3rd time on strikes. But the Lady Badgers come away with a run here in the top of the 4th to make it a 4-3 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. We'll take a break. More softball action just ahead.
Signal's been perfect. We haven't even dropped a frame. So I told Eric, I said, I don't want them to forward the signal.
No, absolutely right.
I said, we are supposed to send it directly to you. I said, are they branding it? He said, no. I said,
Back live here inside the softball complex at Tuskegee University. It's a 4-3 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Rubber match between these teams. They split on yesterday. And for Tuskegee with that 4-3 lead, they will send up the center fielder Victoria Harrison at the bottom of the 4th. Leanne Turk on the circle for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. She replaced Emma Curry. And Turk starts Harrison off with a fastball over for a strike. That one on a changeup, nicely delivered there by Turk. Victoria way out in front of that pitch. Waves at it and misses, and the count goes to 2, no balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th, Tuskegee up by a run, 4-3. Turk readies and fires for Spring Hill. Curveball over but low, and the count at 1-2 now. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Tuskegee leads by a point. Winner of this ball game claims first place in the West outright. That pitch swung on and missed by Harrison, so strikeout there by Turk. And Victoria's retired here in the bottom of the 4th. Go back to the top of the order now for Tuskegee. Shauna McNair set to step in. She'll be followed by Aaron Beckley. McNair scored in the 3rd. Takes that first pitch low and bounced up there. May have gotten a piece of Sam Kelly behind the catcher that time. And he'll walk that one out to the mound just to try to shake off those bees as he took a shot there. And the veteran umpire knows how to walk it off there and keep play moving. 1 ball, no strikes. We're at the bottom of the 4th. That pitch over for a strike by Turk to make it 1-1. Swung on, and that one lifted well wide of third base and foul by McNair. So the count remains 1-2 with 1 down here, bottom of the 4th. McNair got on a base on balls in the 3rd and eventually came around to score. Takes that pitch off the plate and count to 2-2. Two delivery set by Turk on its way, and that one's chopped on out in the right field, coming on and behind first base. It's a second baseman, Mackenzie King, to run that down just inside the field of play for out number 2. That one's going to be some trouble. I don't think Carter would have gotten there from right field, but King, following that play from second base, did a good job of circling behind first to make the catch. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Beckley to the plate now for Tuskegee. Turk with the pitch, off the plate with the fastball. Tuskegee got 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. Lady Badgers got 2 in the bottom of the 2nd. And Tuskegee up by a run as the Lady Badgers played at another one in the last inning. This one chopped on and wide of 3rd on the swinging bunt by Beckley. Counted 1-1. Two down here in the bottom of the 4th. Turk with the pitch. This one at 3rd, fielded, and a foul ball called there. Sam Kelly stepping out behind home plate, making the right call there. That one hugged the chalk all the way down to the point that it veered off just in front of Pacheco. And Beckley will have to reset in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 4th. Tuskegee up 4-3. Turk from the circle, and she fires. This one swatted again and wide of 3rd this time. So Beckley just pecking at it to keep in play. See if she can find something that she can get onto the field of play. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to get aboard. This one right back to the pitcher, Turk. She'll throw to first base, low throw, but dug out there by Gordon to retire Beckley. And Tuskegee here in the bottom of the fourth. So we head into the fifth. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead over the Lady Badgers.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And we're live here at the softball complex at Tuskegee University. There you take a look at the tailgate or cookout area just out behind center field here. And you see the flag blowing, it's kind of the wind conditions showing here at the complex. But you think that's going to stop them from firing up the grills back there? Think again. Nice Sunday afternoon affair. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead over the Lady Badgers, trying to hang on here as we go to the top of the fifth. So the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, they'll start the top of the fourth. And a substitute batter in there. And at the plate for the Lady Badgers, it's Kayla Coley-Dre, the sophomore from Pelham, Alabama. And she's going to replace Mackenzie King in the batting order there. Coley-Dre fouls one off left side and out of play. No balls, 2 strike on Coley-Dre. So Rose trying to make quicker work of her. And here's the pitch. That one on the inside corner and strike 3 called. So Coley-Dre retired. And out number 1 here in the top of the fifth on the strikeout. Natalie Curry picking up a bat now, and she's going to bat instead of Bethany Aarons in their lineup. And Curry, take a look at that first pitch over for a ball. And Curry is inserted into the lineup. The junior from Joliet, Illinois, batting .333, looks at the second pitch, which is low and in the dirt, and she's ahead 2 balls, no strikes. Rose set for the pitch and finds the zone there, splits it with a fastball, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Coach Fillmore now recognizing it's getting late in the ball game, trying to get some offense started here. They trail 4-3, trying to get a base runner. Curry swings at that pitch, which was out of the zone, to take it at 2-2. 1 down here, top of the fifth. Coley Day substituted in the lineup for Mackenzie King. She struck out. And Natalie Curry here now with a 2-2 as Monica Rose, the freshman, in the circle, and she rocks and fires on the 2-2. Swung on and fouled by Curry off to the right. Dan with a quick word out to Monica Rose, and she'll come back behind the plate. And Curry settles back in. 2-2 delivery. That one inside and off the plate. Count taking the full. 1 base on balls issued in this contest by Rose. as Curry steps into the box again. 3-2, 1 down. And Rose with the delivery. This one's fouled off by Curry to stay alive. So the freshman will be facing the 3-2. Don't know if that got a piece of umpire Sam Kelly or not, but he'll walk the softball out to the mound to Rose, the freshman. 3-2 count, 1 down, top of the 5th. Natalie Curry at the plate. Monica Rose, the freshman pitcher. Peers in, fires, and this one a line drive shot caught in the air by Carol Ross at second base. So Curry got a nice aluminum on that swing, but hit it right to Ross for the out. So 2 down here, top of the 5th. And at the plate is Jesselyn Gordon. Gordon, last time up, got that base on balls. Only the walk in the ball game by Rose. This one on the ground. This time hops over the defense of Ross at second base. She was there in front of it, but the ball just hopped out of her catch zone with the glove down at dirt level. So at first base, it'll be Gordon. And she's aboard for the Lady Badgers. See how they'll score this one. And coming to the plate for the Lady Badgers now, it'll be Kaylin Fincher, the junior from Phoenix City, Alabama. So Fincher set to step in. 2 of 15 batting for her. And at first base for the Lady Badgers, Jesselyn Gordon got there. Not sure how they're going to score that as a base hit or an error on Ross at second. But Fincher in at the plate, swings at the pitch and lines it right out the center field on a hop right in front of Harrison. So the runners move 1 station for the Lady Badgers as Fincher batting for Pacheco in the lineup. She delivers with a single out to center field. So down the second goes Gordon. Fincher's aboard. And to the plate comes Destiny Pierce. 2 down. As Rose and Rodan trying to get together on the signal here. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. I want to be certain about the pitch call. Make sure everybody's on the same plate. Last time up, Pierce flew just a little pop-up there to Ross at second base. She scored in the 2nd inning. The first pitch is over for a strike from Ross. They go inside on that pitch and got the inner half of the plate. 0-1 delivery. Ross peers in with the pitch, popped up and fouled out of play right side. So quickly ahead in the count is Monica Rose and Tuskegee. Pierce steps back in. On the 0-2 pitch, here's Rose with the delivery. Popped up, and this one going to get out of play. Thompson gives chase, and so does Rodan from behind the plate. But they both run out of real estate. So 0-2 it remains. Pierce steps back in. See if they change the pace here. They do, and they got a good pitch, good call there by Rodan from behind the plate. They went for the changeup, and they strike out Pierce, and they retire the Lady Badgers here in the top of the 5th as they were threatening. So Tuskegee with the 4-3 lead, and we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Back live here at the softball complex at Tuskegee University. Doubleheader action here on yesterday. Rubber match today. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. And Tuskegee back to the plate. Jessica Morales set the bat for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. I think Coach Hannah Fillmore and umpire Sam Kelly trying to come back to make sure they're straight on the score. Right here, the scoreboard inside the complex showing 5-3. But the scorer for Tuskegee has it at 4-3. And it is a 4-3 lead for Tuskegee. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Tuskegee batting with Morales set to step in. So Morales into the plate now, and Turk remains on the mound for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Morales, last time up for Tuskegee, she singled and eventually scored for the Golden Tigers in that 4-run inning to allow them to take the lead. And they're still talking to Floyd McNair. Floyd keeping the score here through Game Changer. As Sam Kelly is down near the third base line, you can see them huddled there with head coach Dietrich Randall. I think everybody's still square with regard to the score of 4-3. And stepping in is Morales now. And set to begin play now. Turk set to fire. Morales in the box. Jessica took a look at that first pitch, but that one's off the plate on the inside. Tuskegee with 4 in the bottom of the 3rd to claim that lead. Badgers were leading 2-0 up to that point, and they got another run late on. And a pop-up in the right field. This time Carter there, and she'll squeeze it for out number 1. Carter a little bit adventurous yesterday on a couple of fly balls that she was trying to catch Willie Mays style with the basket catch, and dropped a couple out there. This time more of a traditional form in catching the softball to retire Morales here in the bottom of the 5th. So that'll bring up Alexis Thompson. Thompson, the first baseman, takes a look at that first pitch off the plate. Thompson on a fielder's choice in the top of the 1st. Or beg your pardon, in the bottom of the 3rd. And she got an RBI out of that as she pushed her run across with the bases loaded. That ball there on the second pitch is off the plate as well, so the count at 2 balls, no strikes as the senior steps back in. Turk set to deliver, rocks and fires. That pitch in tight, and Alexis has to swing out of the way from that pitch. Tight on her to take the count to 3 balls, no strikes. So Alexis likely taking all the way here on this 3-0 with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's the delivery. And that's a 4-pitch walk, and Thompson down the first base here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 down, she's aboard. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Ava Meredith. She'll be substitute run for. That'll be Thompson coming off the field, and it'll be Shauna McNair, the junior, to take first base. So Thompson draws the walk, McNair on the base pads, and Meredith getting set to step in for Tuskegee. One down here, bottom of the fifth. Tuskegee up by a run, 4-3. Meredith got on an error in the bottom of the third, flew out to center field in the second. One down here, bottom of the fifth. McNair on the base pads, pitch. And that one's in for a strike on Ava. Wind now going right to left. And Turk set for the 0-1 delivery. This one chopped up on the infield, backpedaling there and catching it there on the cut of the grass is Mackenzie King for the Lady Badgers to retire Meredith. And out number 2 for Tuskegee here in the bottom of the fifth. Caroline Clark coming back to the plate for Tuskegee. Add to Tuskegee's lead in that bottom of the third inning. Actually, she started and got 2 runners across with her double last time up. This time out left field down in the corner. And that's a foul ball. Distance, but right near that foul pole, and Caroline deep down in the left field corner. Two down still here in the bottom of the second, of the fifth, 4-3 lead. Turk steps back on the rubber. Clark takes that pitch off the plate, count to 1-1. Count behind. And now, Turk and the pitch. That one's off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Clark, second team all-conference player, awaits the pitch from Turk. Turk with the delivery. This is chopped on and fouled by Caroline at the plate. The count taken to 2-2. 2 down, bottom of the fifth. Tuskegee still up by a point, 4-3. By a point, 4-3. Shauna McNair down at first base. Alexis Thompson drew the walk. 2-2 delivery here from Turk. And just off the plate with that pitch, Pittman wanted that call. Didn't get it. Count at full at 3-2. Three-two pitch on its way. Clark settles in, showing bunt, pulls the bat back and swings and fouls it wide of first base. Count remains 3-2. Tuskegee trying to see if they can't push another run across. They lead at 4-3. Full count to Caroline. Clark pitch fouled off again. So we'll reset it. Good battle with Caroline Clark and Leanne Turk. And still at 3-2. McNair at first. Tuskegee with 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th to claim the lead. Came from behind in the final ball game on yesterday's doubleheader to win that one. And Turk set for the 3-2 and the delivery. That one low, the ball 4. So Caroline Clark with a good job of batting there for Tuskegee. She draws the walk. And 2 aboard now for Tuskegee here in the bottom of the 5th. And batting for Tuskegee, it'll be Carol Ross, the second baseman. Carol struck out her last time up. Turk set 2 on for Tuskegee. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead. First pitch off the plate. Pittman trying to snatch it back into the zone. But it's ball 1. Runners at second and first. Both there by walks. And that pitch delivered for a strike from Turk. So Ross faces a 1-1. McNair down at second. Clark at first. Turk with the pitch. This one back up the middle and speared there by Turk at the mound for out number 3. Good heads-up play by her to catch that ball in flight and retire Ross and Tuskegee in the bottom of the 5th. So we head to the 6th. Tuskegee still leading at 4-3 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Back live here as you see the flag. Indication of the wind blowing here at the softball complex. Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead. Hoping to keep those winds blowing in their direction as the Lady Badgers will send up the catcher Taylor Pittman here in the top of the 6th. And the freshman Monica Rose going back to work for Tuskegee. Rose with the pitch, and that one's over for a strike to start the top of the 6th. Pittman singled her last time up, singled in the 2nd, so she's got a perfect day going here for the Lady Badgers. Ross with that pitch, change of pace, but that one's high and out of the zone, count to 1-1. Rose set for the 1-1 delivery. That one swung on and missed. Another change of pace pitch there by Rose. And she's ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, Tuskegee with the 1-run lead, 4-3. Rubber match between these teams. They had the doubleheader on yesterday. And this one swatted on and fielded there by Morales. Throw over and got her there at first base. Morales had the range toward second base. Lunging forward, got the glove down, picked it and fired, and Thompson with the stretch, and they retire Pittman at first base. Good job there, Morales at shortstop. 1 down. And Glowacki sets in and takes the first pitch off the plate. So that's a big out for Tuskegee here to start the 6th. Glowacki looks at ball 2 on the inside. One down, top of the 6th. Glowacki ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. That pitch in tight and off the plate as well. So Rose behind in the count 0-3. Let's see if she can't battle back here. 0-3 delivery from Rose. And that's a 4-pitch walk there to Glowacki, and she's aboard. Second base on balls issued in this ball game by Glowacki. And head coach Hannah Fillmore now going to substitute run for Glowacki on the base pads. And she'll send out Abigail Christ, a freshman, to do that. So at the plate for the Lady Badgers, they go back to the top of their order with Rika Hinton. And this is probably the best scenario that Coach Fillmore could imagine here. As Hinton, one of the leading hitters for the Lady Badgers, up there trying to cut into that Tuskegee 4-3 lead. At first is Christ. One down, top of the 6th. Rose with the pitch. That one off the plate, throw down to second base. Got a good look there. Did they get her? Yeah, they got her on the pickoff at second base. But no, I think they said that she dropped the softball after the tag. And after that, the runner Christ will be safe at second base. They had her on the throw. Rodan was perfect on the throw down. And just not able to hang on to the ball was Morales at second base. So Christ down at second. Hinton at the plate. Takes that pitch off the plate for ball 2. Similar scenario to what we had on yesterday, late into the ball game. That's about the time that Rose gave up a couple of home runs to change the reflection of the ball game. High chopper Morales feels there. Tried to go to third, did not have a play at first, but Christ beat the throw over there. So she's at third, and Hinton's aboard at first for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. That ball hit deep into the hole. Morales with no chance going across the diamond to get Hinton. Tried to go the first, but Christ with the jump. She beat that throw to third. So runners at the corners now. And at the plate, Carter takes that first pitch in for strike 1. Tuskegee trying to maintain that 1-point lead. Glowacki got on base on balls. She was substituted with running by Christ. Bunt there near the front of the plate. They'll go to home, throw there, and they got her at home plate. Bang, bang play there by Thompson with the field and throw to Rodan at the plate. And Kaylee able to hold on to a hard-thrown ball by Thompson and put the tag on Christ at the plate. And to retire Christ at the plate, and a big play there by Tuskegee defensively. That was bang, bang on the bunt by Carter right out in front. Thompson charged, got it, and threw it right to the plate. Rodan was there, able to hang on to that hard throw and make the tag. So Christ retired at the plate, and that'll make it 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. So Mackenzie King now will bat and takes that first pitch low for ball 1. And taking second base on that throw was Carter. Carter got on the fielder's choice. Retired at the plate was Christ. So runners at third and second now. And Mackenzie King swings at that pitch and fouls it off right side. So Tuskegee not quite out of the woods yet with Hinton down at third. And Carter at second, 2 down here, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. That one up in the zone, 2-1 on the count. So King substituted in the lineup by Coley Day, who struck out in the 5th, but King batting here in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, fouled off right side, and the count at 2-2. Our correction on the scoreboard is at 2-1. Or no, it is at 2-2. It's where we had it here. Scoreboard's a little bit behind at 2-2 is where we are now. 2-2 delivery there by the freshman Rose. This one popped up on the infield. Rose says she has it in the circle, and she does. So Tuskegee, boy, you talk about dodging some danger there in the top of the 6th. Runners all over the pads for the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, but the cut down at the plate of Christ, and the Lady Badgers are denied. Tuskegee will take it into the bottom of the 6th with a 4-3 lead.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Hello, Tuskegee fans. My name is Pamela Perkins, head volleyball coach. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. You know.
Bang, bang defensive play for the Golden Tigers defensively might be the difference in this ball game. On a bunt attempt right in front of home plate, Thompson flicked it to Rodan behind the plate to put the tag on Christ to deny that run crossing for the Lady Badgers. So Tuskegee with a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Part of that play, Kaylee Rodan behind the plate with the tag. She's at the plate now batting for Tuskegee. Took the first pitch for a ball. And second delivery by Turk finds the corner to make it 1-1. Bottom of the 6th, Tuskegee leading by a run. Pitch to Rodan, that's off the plate. Kaylee ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. She'll be followed by Victoria Harrison in the Tuskegee lineup, then back to the top. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch by Turk. She readies and fires. That one chopped on and fouled out of play just at the top of the Lady Badger dugout. So count even at 2-2. Rodan steps back in for Tuskegee. Trying to get a board here at the bottom of the 6th. Tuskegee certainly needs an insurance run. As Rodan squares, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and took a ball down in the dirt. The count full at 3-2. Just a phenomenal defensive play by Tuskegee. After we've had a couple of defensive gems by the Lady Badgers early in this ball game, Tuskegee turns one in itself in a critical moment of the softball match. Full count now on Rodan. Turk with the pitch. This one chopped on and foul again, right side. So Rodan hanging in there, battling Turk. Harrison waits on deck. Full at 3-2. That one chopped out there and speared by the second baseman, Mackenzie King, diving out for that one to deny Rodan a base hit out in the right field. So Kaylee's retired after a good defensive play in the on the infield by King at second base. So that'll bring up Victoria Harrison. Victoria struck out last time up. Flew out in the bottom of that second inning to center field. So Victoria trying to see if she can't get aboard here. 1 down, bottom of the 6th. Pitch from Turk. That one's over for a strike to start Harrison. One delivery from Turk, set and on its way. That one on the inside for ball 1. Victoria, the center fielder, grad student from Hamilton, Mississippi. 7 of 33 batting coming into this weekend's series. Had 2 hits on yesterday over the 2 ball games of the doubleheader. Swings at one there and comes up empty. Count at 1-2. One down, bottom of the 6th. Tuskegee up by a run. Harrison pokes one out in the right field. Will it get down? It'll be wide of the chalk line and foul ball. Victoria certainly would have turned that into a double had it fallen inside of play, but instead she's back in the batter's box and the count at 1-2. Turk toes to rubber. One last look at the pitching schematic and fires, and Harrison chases one outside the zone, and she strikes out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Victoria retired on strikes, and we go back to the top of the lineup with Shauna McNair stepping in. Shauna on board on a base on balls in the 3rd, and she popped up to the second baseman in the 4th. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. First pitch is over for a strike from Turk. So Tuskegee leading by a run, trying to see if they can't get some insurance headed into the 7th. Swung on and fouled off by McNair. And she's down in the count now. The ball's 2 strikes. For the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, they will send up Aarons, Gordon, and Pachetko, but if they're not substituted in the lineup last time, Curry batted for Aarons. Gordon did bat, and Fincher replaced Pachetko in their lineup. It looks like Fincher's out there defensively, so she will be in the rotation in the batting order here in the top of the 7th. Tuskegee, though, with McNair at the plate at a 1-2, trying to see if they can't streak another run before the Lady Badgers come to the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes on McNair. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Turk fires. This one popped up on the infield, backpedaling to the cut of the grass. And the catch made there by McKenzie at second base to retire McNair. And Tuskegee in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Tuskegee leading by a run, 4-3. And we are back live here at the softball complex. Winds gusting just a bit here as Tuskegee headed into the top of the 7th with a 4-3 lead, trying to claim the outright #1 spot in the West as we look closer to the SIC softball tournament. Split yesterday with the Lady Badgers against Lady Badgers of Spring Hill, just getting some changes there from umpire Sam Kelly, so stopping in mid-sentence to get that. As we head into the top of the 7th, batting for the Lady Badgers, it'll be Bethany Aarons back out to bat. She was replaced by Curry last time through the lineup, but in this situation, Coach Fillmore going to trust Aarons at the plate instead. And Aarons takes that first pitch high from Monica Rose for ball 1. Tuskegee is going to retire the Lady Badgers here and claim first place in the West. Rose, the freshman. Cox, Ames fires. Delivers a strike there to Aarons with the bat on her shoulder. Count goes to 1-1. Aarons, 3-run shot to center field in yesterday's doubleheader to give them that win in the first ball game. Swings at that pitch. She's late on the swing, and the count goes to 1-2 strikes. See if they try to stay tight on her. Do not want her stretching those arms across the plate to deliver all of her power. 1-2 strikes. And the freshman, Rose, fires. This one swatted on the ground. Morales squeezes, fires across the diamond. Thompson stretches at first, and that's out number 1. Good job there by Jessica at short to corral that softball on the ground. Put that hand over the top of it inside the glove to make sure that the softball stayed there. And an accurate throw across the diamond to retire Aarons here in the top of the first. 7th, that is. And at the plate now for the Lady Badgers, Jesseline Gordon. Gordon's had a fine day for them at the plate. Scored in the second. Got a base on balls and singled in this contest as well. This one popped up, backpedaling, coming up. McNair said she's got it out in left field, and she does for out number 2 for Tuskegee. So the fly out to left field, and that'll put it on the shoulders. And it will be Fincher batting for Pacheco here for the Lady Badgers. Tuskegee just needs to retire Fincher here and claim first place in the West. Played in the crossover. Both teams came out of the crossover undefeated at 7-0. And Tuskegee saw its 10-game conference streak ended by the Lady Badgers in the first ball game on yesterday. Tuskegee able to rebound and win the second one 5-3. And right now, they got 4 runs in the third and a chance to win this one 4-3 over the Lady Badgers. First pitch on the inside to Fincher for ball 1. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Rose, the freshman, cocks and fires. This one popped up right back to Rose in the circle. Can she squeeze it? She does, and Tuskegee takes care of the business here in the rubber match against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. They come from behind to win it 4-3, and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee are outright the number 1 team in the West of the SIAC, headed into the SIAC tournament that'll take place at the end of this month and early, or the end of April, early into May, to culminate the season. So the Golden Tigers with a good homestand here at the softball complex. They win 2 of 3 from the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill and claim the number 1 spot. We'll take a timeout, close things up here on our coverage on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And we are back live as you take a look at the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. That team has just claimed outright first place in the West. Head coach Dietrich Randall talking to his squad, joined by assistant coach Taylor to his left on the screen. Just joined the Tuskegee program. We say a welcome to her. And congratulations to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee for a job well done here in the rubber match against the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. That group from Tuskegee claims first place in the West as we head toward the SIAC tournament coming up at the end of next month. So Tuskegee over the weekend, they split in the doubleheader on yesterday, but they claimed the rubber match today. So they go 2-1 against the Lady Badgers. winning 5-3 in the yesterday's finale, losing the first one yesterday 8-1. But this afternoon, the rubber match, they win it 4-3 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Likely not the last time we'll see them. May see them in the tournament. But right now, Tuskegee, during the course of the regular season, they claim that #1 spot in the West over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. That'll do it for our coverage here from the softball complex at Tuskegee University. Reminder that we are back in action, and this time on the baseball diamond at Washington Field. That'll be on Friday to start a series there over the weekend. One single game on Friday and then a doubleheader on Saturday from Washington Field as the baseball program takes the field at Tuskegee University. For softball, though, they'll be idle. We'll pick them up again in the month of April as they resume their home schedule. But a big win for the Golden Tigers here in the rubber match today, and the split on yesterday gives Tuskegee the outright spot in the West of the SIAC. That'll do it for our coverage here this afternoon. So glad you could join us. Special thanks to the president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Mark Brown, and to the chief operating officer, Dr. Rolandus Rice, and to our executive producer and athletics director, Reginald Ruffin, and to Deborah Rogers, our associate chief deputy of athletics, Nick Brown, our game operations manager, and to sports information director Jordan Benson. And special thanks to Dedrick Randall, head coach of the Golden Tigers softball team, for all of his work with helping us get ready for the broadcast. And to our outstanding production team here at GTSN, just a wonderful job of coverage here over the weekend, led by Ogden Bass, Eric Tabor on our production team, as well as Phil Proctor, who's not with us today, and to an outstanding camera crew for some solid coverage here of Tuskegee softball. That'll do it again. Once again, Tuskegee wins the rubber match 4-3 over the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Charles Ward saying thanks to you so much for joining us over the weekend for our coverage, and we'll see you back here on Friday from Washington Field. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Have a good evening.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.